This is Interview Connections TV, the #1 web TV show for podcasters and great guest experts. I am Jessica Rhodes, your host, and I am committed to helping you deliver valuable, actionable content, grow your following, and build your business. And in today's episode, I'm so excited to be talking to you about live events and conferences. You know, in a couple of weeks coming up is the National Podcasting Conference Podcast Movement. And if you haven't heard about Podcast Movement, you might be living under a rock, especially if you're watching this podcast, because Podcast Movement is really the place that you need to be this August if you are a podcaster, or even if you are a great guest who's thinking about starting a podcast and you want to learn more about it. Now, when you go to Podcast Movement, and any conference for that matter, it's really important that you make the most of the experience. You can't just show up and attend the seminars, shake a few hands, and go on your merry way. You really need to think ahead of time about what you want to get out of the conference. As a podcaster and as an entrepreneur, I want to urge you to think about first impressions. You know, when you go to conferences, everything you do, from the way you present yourself, the way you talk to people, and the way you dress, is really going to leave a lasting impression in people's minds. It's also really common, I think, with a lot of people to go to conferences and kind of wear jeans and a t-shirt and just dress really comfortably. And while I'm not telling you how to dress, I always, you'll see I'm wearing t-shirt, I'm wearing gym shorts right now. I do not dress up on a normal basis. But when I go to conferences and live events, I am always in, business casual, wearing, a nice shirt, nice blouse. I feel like an old lady saying blouse, but I'm always wearing something nice. I'm wearing a blazer because I feel like that, first of all, it makes me feel more confident. It makes me feel more successful, and it also projects success to the people that I'm talking with. I heard on a podcast interview, Michael Stelzner was interviewed on the Solopreneur Hour, and he actually gave an amazing story about how when he was really, really new into the social media marketing world, coincidentally, that's the name of his live event. But when he was really new to this whole world of social media and online marketing, he went to his first live event. I think it was Blog World, and he went up and he was interviewing people. And he was new; nobody really knew who he was. Chris Brogan was really, really big. Chris Brogan is still really big, but he was really big, kind of celebrity at the time. And on this podcast, Michael O'Neill asked Michael Stelzner, "Well, how did you do that? How did you feel comfortable and get the confidence to approach these big celebrities?" And you know what Mike said? Well, Chris Brogan was dressed in ripped jeans and a t-shirt, and I was dressed really professionally. And that just totally resonated with me, because I always make sure that I'm dressed really nice at live events. It gives me the confidence that I need to be presenting myself as somebody that's successful and somebody that other people should want to do business with. And then it also gives me the confidence to approach people like Michael Stelzner and like all these really successful people. And then it brings me business. People want to do business with people who are successful, with people that know what they're doing and know what they're talking about. So it's a small thing, how you dress, but remember, first impressions last a lifetime. And if you really want to play a bigger game, think about how you are presenting yourself when you meet people in person for the first time. If you agree with this and you think this is great information, please like it and share it on social media. Let me know what you think. I hope to see you at Podcast Movement. The next live event after Podcast Movement will be Dream Business Academy in Philadelphia. I am speaking at both conferences about podcast interviews and how you can use podcast interviews to grow your business. So I hope to see you at both events. If you want to learn more about how Interview Connections can help you book great guests for your podcast and how we can help you get booked on other shows, visit interviewconnections.com or interviewconnections.com/guest. Thanks so much, everyone. Have a great, productive week and do lots of interviews, and I will talk to you next Tuesday.